The Gamasutra Job Board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Espoo, Finland. Remedy Entertainment, the creator of Quantum Break, Max Payne, Alan Wake, and Death Rally, and one of the leading independent game studios in the world, is looking for a senior concept artist to help communicate and define the visual design of the game worlds for the next generation of Remedy games. Responsibilities, requirements and qualifications. The ideal candidate will also have what is in it for you. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job Board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra Job Board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Iain Angus is development manager at Creative Assembly, a career in the games industry. For most, will involve applying for jobs at several studios over the course of many years. A recent survey found that on average, employees in the games industry have had two employers in the last 5 years. This means that most people in the industry find themselves applying for a new job every couple of years. There are exceptions to this, of course, and many studios provide long, stable and happy careers for their employees. Even so, the skills needed to navigate your career path are useful for everyone. I have changed jobs 5 times in my career so far, including moving sideways to the specialisms twice. Some of those times it was by choice, others it was forced by studio closures. More recently, I have seen the other side of the hiring process, and in the last year I have reviewed over 1,000 job applications and interviewed dozens of applicants. Throughout this time, I have frequently seen applicants make the same mistakes with how they present their job application in interview, and the decisions they have made about their careers. Wanting to help all these people prompted this article. Having seen both sides of the hiring process for large studios has given me some perspective that I hope will be useful for those wanting to start and maintain a career in the games industry. The stereotype is that it is difficult to get into the industry, and while that can be true, there are several things you can do to make it easier for yourself. There are more and more entry-level, graduate or trainee roles at larger studios, like Creative Assembly, and these are an obvious place to start. There can still be a lot of competition, so the more you can do to stand out, the more likely you are to be hired. To help you stand out, it is worth considering why studios hire people in the first place. They have work that needs to be done, and the only way of getting that work done is to hire people who have the skills to do it. Hiring people comes with risks for the studios, such as the possibility that a new hire turns out not to be skilled enough to do the work. To get hired, you must show that the upsides of hiring you and the skills that you bring to a studio greatly outweigh any potential risk. Experience always helps because it is the best evidence that you will be a productive employee, and because most useful skills are learned on the job. How specialized you make your skill set and what specialisms you choose will affect how easy it is for you to find a job. If you are over-specialized, you will limit the number of roles available to you. For example, if your primary skill is designing driving handling models for racing games, there are not many studios where this skill is relevant. and they may not be looking for new recruits. Conversely, if your skill set is too broad, your application will not look as strong as those from people who have specialized for the roles you are applying for. Which specialism you choose will also affect how easy it is for you to get hired. Some specialties are more popular than others, and this creates more competition for the roles available. Concept art and environment art roles get a lot more applications than for rural art. The point is that if you choose a less popular specialty, your chances of getting hired are greater, assuming you have the right skills and experience for the role you are applying for. Just because you are suitable for the role does not mean the person reviewing your application knows this. It's your job to show them. The content of your application needs to make it extremely clear what you are capable of. Ensure that your best work is front and center of your portfolio, so visitors do not have to search for it. Get as much advice as you can find on how to write and structure the CV resume so that it's relevant and clear, and always tailor your cover letter for the specific studio and role. Next, you will need to navigate the hiring process in each studio, hence a different way of managing this. Many like to talk to candidates over Skype before meeting them in person. Some bring groups of candidates in at the same time. There is often some sort of written test, either done at home or as part of an in-person interview. I was once offered a job after an hour-long instant message text chat, without even speaking to anybody. Whatever the process is, always remember that you are trying to convince the interviewers that you are the best person for the job. Your portfolio aside, you need to be able to talk about your work passionately and in depth. This is a large topic, and there are many resources on interview technique out there that are well worth a look. If you do not succeed at first, keep trying and learn from the feedback you receive. I have seen too many applications from people who graduated a couple of years ago, have worked in non-game related jobs ever since without continuing to develop their skills or portfolio. If you keep learning relevant skills and creating games in your spare time, your applications will become stronger over time. Eventually you will get that first job, and you are ready to move to the next stage. Now you have landed your first job making games. Your priority is to do excellent work and make good on the potential you showed during the recruitment process. If you are lucky, you will have landed at a place where you can stay for several years. Good studios will help you manage your career by giving you the support and training you need to improve your skills and rise through the rank. Others may take a more short-term view and will ask you to use the skills you already have on their current project without giving you the opportunity to improve or develop. To stay making games for the long term, you must be continually learning. Your skills will be made irrelevant by the continual change in the industry. If you find yourself in a situation where you are not improving, ask for support where you aren't. If it is not forthcoming, you need to think about whether that's the right studio for you. It might seem crazy to leave a job after you put so much effort into getting there in the first place, but you ran the risk of getting stuck. When looking for a new job, you need to evaluate potential roles to make sure that you not only have the skills for the role, but also that you will enjoy the work and culture and that you will continue to learn and develop. Interviews are a two-way process, and candidates should be evaluating potential employers just as much as the other way around. Asking questions about the work you will be doing and the environment you will be working in is essential to making sure that the role helps you achieve your goal of a long and productive career in games. Sideways moves from one specialism to another are more common than you might think and are a good option. If you find yourself not enjoying your current role, I have done this twice. From programming to design, then from design to production. Good studios will recognize if you have skills in other areas and will make this type of move possible. Others will require some persistence and negotiation to make this happen. Working in a new discipline will certainly bring new challenges and opportunities to develop new skills, and can be great for your career. Beware though that after switching you will have fewer years of experience than you did in your previous role, and you may need to accept more junior positions when you move to a new company. Taking a job purely as a stepping stone to something else is also risky if you are not sure that the new role is right for you. Some roles you come across will be fixed-term contracts, and I had one of this for just over a year.